Congress voted to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, and President Biden just signed off on that measure yesterday afternoon. But a lot of people are still trying to understand the significance of Juneteenth as it relates to the emancipation of black women and men in America and what's happening in the U.S. today. And joining us to talk about this Juneteenth holiday now is public policy professor and media personality, Dr. Rashad Richey from News Talk 1380 WAOK and the Young Turks Network. Good morning to you, Dr. Richey.
Good morning. Pleasure to be with you.
Pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to class, Professor. We know how you do this. Juneteenth, often described as an Independence Day for African Americans because it marks that day, June 19th, 1865, when black people in Galveston, Texas learned slavery had been abolished 2 years earlier, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting holiday. So let me say this on a policy perspective. Juneteenth is a good thing, but it is not the goal. The goal of elected officials is to create policy. Juneteenth should be celebrated. It should have been celebrated. But 47 states, including the District of Columbia, already celebrated and recognized officially Juneteenth. The Emancipation Proclamation was in 1863. We don't even celebrate that as a national federal holiday. 1865 is when obviously the information, the knowledge of freedom came to the enslaved black men, women, and children in Texas. But there's something in between that we don't discuss as much. And there's a fact of intention. There was an intentional effort to stop the information from reaching certain individuals in the enslavement reality. And that is what we're still fighting today, to be quite honest. It is the information, the knowledge to be a part of the ecosystem of the economy. And remember, slavery was, yes, a physical bondage, but it was also a denial of the reality to connect to the economy of America. And that's what not only emancipation represents, but that is what this represents as well, an opportunity to be part of the ecosystem of economy.
And yesterday, President Biden said great nations don't ignore their most painful moments. They embrace them, suggesting the federal holiday designation is just sort of the first start. And you've said on your morning show that the next step must be changes in public policy. Explain.
Well, look at what has happened. You have a gridlock in the U.S. Senate. You have somewhat of a gridlock in the House. This is over policy. So the same conservatives that did say yes to Juneteenth, they're saying no to the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. They're saying no to H.R. 1. They're saying no to the George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act. So while, yes, the holiday can be celebrated, and as I said, it is a good thing, the holiday is not the goal. The goal is actually policy. And what is policy? Policy is the social contract between the community and the government, and we send elected officials to D.C. to make better social contracts.
And you have talked about, too, the importance of looking at policy and moving forward. But from a practical sort of day-to-day standpoint, what's your advice in terms of families and making the most of this holiday so it doesn't become a day off, but something more productive? What's your advice to parents in particular?
Great question. I'm celebrating a lot of Juneteenth things this weekend myself, but I've celebrated Juneteenth for a long time. Juneteenth should become a place and a day of reflection of how we can be more involved in the entrepreneurial spirit, in the economy of America, making sure that we have a financial security connected to who we are as black people in this country. And that, in my opinion, should become the focus of a Juneteenth celebration, not just having a federal day off, but also having a day on when we think about and consider how we can become more economically empowered within our community.
And before we go quickly here, time running out, a lot of events this weekend. Tell us about the one that you're participating in and hosting for Juneteenth.
Absolutely. 1800 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta, we have something called the Full Immersive Art Exhibit, where literally you step into a 3D model of black artists and their artwork, and we are able to render this image all around 360 degrees. It is a remarkable event, and you all can check that out just by Googling the Immersive Art Exhibit in Atlanta.
And Dr. Richey, how can folks follow you if they want to learn more?
Anytime. Follow me on all social media at Rashad_Richey, at RASHAD_ Richey. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Professor Richey. We appreciate your time. Happy Juneteenth to you.